Hi, I'm Joe Landry, and this is a presentation about Franklin, Massachusetts, the past and the present. In this video, we'll see pictures of Franklin as it once existed, and we'll compare them with recent pictures that were taken from the same spot. West Central Street. In 1946, the First National store moved from Main Street over here to West Central Street. Today, the Black Box is located there. In the 1950s, Western Auto moved over from Main Street to this location. Today, this restaurant is located there. In 1935, the town pool was constructed. This is a picture that was taken in the early 1940s. Today, that area is known as Sculpture Park. In the mid-1930s, there was a small shoe repair shop in this little building next to the bridge. In the late 1930s, Horace Mazzone would move his tailor shop over to this location. And this is what it looks like today. This textile mill is on West Central Street in Unionville. And this is what it looks like today. This large tree was on West Central Street in Unionville. In 1937, it was taken down. It was all rotted inside. And this is what it looks like today. This is the Davis Thayer homestead, which was on the corner of West Central Street and Union Street. In the late 1800s, it became the Franklin Hotel. In 1924, it was demolished to make way for the new Franklin High School, which was called the Davis Thayer High School. In 1922, a new fire station was erected on the corner of West Central Street and East Street. In later years, a brand new fire station was erected on that site. This is the original Franklin Town Hall. It was constructed in the mid-1800s. Today, it serves the town of Franklin as the Franklin Historical Museum. Next door to the museum is the Methodist Church. And this is what it looks like today. This is the home on West Central Street that once belonged to Mr. and Mrs. William F. Ray. Eventually, the Mitchell family bought this house and donated it to Dean Academy. This is West Central Street looking towards town in the early 1900s. The Franklin House can be seen on the left, and next door to that is the home of Davis Thayer Jr. And here it is today. This is the Bright Farm Dairy on West Central Street. This picture was taken in the 1930s. This is the Bright Farm as seen around 1940, 1941. And the reason for all the cars is because the Bright Farm Dairy was being auctioned off. Here is that area today. This home was on the corner of West Central Street and West Street. It was owned by Adelbert Thayer. It was eventually donated to Dean College. In later years, the Thayer house was destroyed by fire. This is West Central Street in the early 1900s. And this is what it looks like today. Union Street. This picture was taken in the early 1900s. It was taken from the corner of Beaver Street and Union Street. And here it is today. This is a picture of the American Woolen Mills on Union Street. It's near Nason's Crossing. This picture was dated about the early 1900s. Today, the mill is a residential complex. This is the Haywood Mills as it appeared in the early 1900s. It was at Nason's Crossing. Today, it is the Franklin Mill Store. This gas station and bicycle shop was located on Union Street near the intersection of Cottage Street. In 1922, Landry Cycle was established here. And this is what it looks like today. This picture was taken in the mid-1930s. These are the buildings that were on the corner of Cottage Street and Union Street. This is that area today. This is a picture of the same buildings from a different angle. This picture was taken in the early 1930s. And this is what it looks like today. This picture was taken in the mid-1950s at the intersection of Cottage Street and Union Street. Liberty Grocery can be seen in the picture. And here is that same area today. This picture was taken in the 1930s. Charles Acaro had a grocery store in this location. And this Mexican restaurant is what's there today. Before we conclude, I'd like to give a special thanks to Rebecca Finnegan and the rest of the staff at the Franklin Historical Museum for their assistance in helping me make this presentation. The Franklin Historical Museum's website is shown here. In addition, the museum can be found on Facebook and Instagram at the museum's website. And this concludes our presentation. Thanks for watching.